Hey guys, it's day 87 on my journey to 2000, and we're gonna go over 3 games and then play one online. So, the first is a Karokan Fantasy, and honestly, I don't really know the way to play it, and I should learn some lines with it, because at this level, people are expecting it when they play the Karokan, and somehow I remembered, because it kind of made sense to take this pawn, but I didn't recognize that taking this pawn isn't the best, because the bishop comes in. Now, I had a game that was in one of the videos recently where I think I just like developed a knight or something, and I fell really quickly to a checkmate. I can't recall exactly how it went, but I don't know, maybe let's just assume something like this, I don't know, something like this. And I fell for like a checkmate in this type of manner. I don't remember if it was a Karokan Fantasy, but I'm just guessing it was because it looked similar. But here I mess up. Apparently, the way to get out of this is to bring the knight here because it protects the bishop. Now you might ask, what if the bishop takes? After this check, it's very vital not to come here because that's checkmate. My best move here, which actually creates an even game, is just to bring the king up because the bishop protects this spot. And then maybe he takes here, and then the knight comes out, and I don't know, the pawn pushing wouldn't really make too much sense. You could even take here and let this happen because the bishop attacks back and whatever. I'm not gonna get into the details because it didn't happen, but it's interesting, and I don't know all the details obviously. Anyway. This is how the game progresses, and very soon I find myself in a losing position. I try to play a little faster because apparently speed is everything in chess. I'm learning that in the past few days. And here my opponent just clearly just blunders a queen. So I take it, and I'm expecting, you know, okay, he'll try to fight a little longer, but once I castle, he'll probably resign, right? Like, you just lost an extra piece, buddy, right? Like, come on. So I attack the bishop, I block everything looks good, I'm attacking, and okay, he's still fighting. I understand there's a lot of stuff going on. And here I recognize that I actually made a big mistake. I made a big boo-boo, right? Because after this, and this, I lose my queen. And apparently I'm just up a pawn. But it's still a winning position. I would argue it becomes a harder position, and that would be annoying to go through. My opponent misses it, so I move my king to the side. He keeps trying to attack, and he's trading, and I'm like, that's great. Also, if I wasn't careful here, I recognized that he wanted me to take, because then he has this fork winning my queen. So I recognize that, I move my queen to the side. The game progresses, and I trade, and I just win his bishop here. So the game is virtually over. But my opponent keeps fighting, and I win his rook, and at this point, he resigns, because that's just checkmate. Okay, second game I play. Just normal developing stuff. I trade there to have his split pawns, and I recognize that this pawn might be an issue, so I have to deal with it. Taking here, I recognize not the best move because he could check with one of the rooks. Possibly this rook is better to check with, or maybe there was a better move, but I recognize that. And so I castle out of the way. Apparently here, I could have just brought the knight, and after this check, I can bring the other knight to protect. But that looks just crazy. It also attacks the queen. I didn't see it. And I'm down a pawn. I'm definitely losing the game, but I go for this cool stuff where I'm like, okay, the pawn can't take my knight, I'm going to take his queen. Okay. I'm threatening to trade. Same idea. Okay. I'm attacking the queen. And boom, my knight finally gets to safety. So I'm like, maybe I have a chance here. And a few moves later, I have this. This I see from puzzles. When you bring two strong pieces in the back row, a lot of times you could come in with some surprises. I come in with a surprise, and here I'm winning. I'm winning because of a move I considered right away, guys. This is literally the move I thought of, and I wanted to play this, but I was too scared because I didn't see the winning position. I didn't see mate in 11. I just saw, okay, I can get my pieces into the position. I was considering g6, which apparently works too. But then I thought, what do I do after that? And it's not so simple. And computer even says, like, g5 is the best move, which is insane because it just looks insane. The idea being that the queen can't take, because then you lose it, and if the knight takes, it blocks off the axis of the queen, and you get checkmate. That's some crazy stuff that looks super risky. I was willing to do the pawn move too, but I didn't. I was too scared, so I'm like, let me just go for a pawn. Worst case scenario, we have equal material. Here I keep checking. I'm trying to get in the way. And here I recognize I could take the rook, but again, I'm kind of scared. I'm scared because, I don't know, when he takes like this, I didn't see the best thing to do. Apparently this works, because I attack the knight, and the knight has... I'm very bad at recognizing where the knight kind of doesn't have spaces to go. And I think the idea here is that... Well, I'm not going to lie, I don't really know the idea here. Apparently checking, and then maybe I end up winning this knight, right? Like if he comes here, I win the knight. And if he comes to the center, then I probably could bring the rook in. Okay. Anyway, that doesn't happen. Instead, I go for the free knight, and I'm like, let me play it this way, because I recognize there's no perpetual here, and my king could get to safety. And I'm just hoping I can, you know, check enough here. He comes to the middle. I know the rook move is beautiful, and I just get checkmate, and the game's over. The third game against a 17-16, which I didn't realize right away. He goes into Vienna, and we're playing the game, and I'm pushing my pawns forward. And we get into this position, which looks a little bit worrying. Now, I see this king move, but I didn't like it for whatever reason. I moved my king to the side, and then I moved my rook here. And this has a couple of purposes. It has this purpose. It also has the purpose of targeting the annoying bishop. He takes, he checks. I recognize the check doesn't do anything, and then I come here. And here I trade because I find this beautiful move, skewering the queen, forcing it to move, and winning the knight. And my opponent is still playing fast. I'm like, why don't you resign out of respect? That's the thing with stronger players, I guess. They really don't want to lose, which is fair. And he has a lot of passed pawns. So I go for this trade to have this open file and try to get into the position. And I start calculating, can I just eat up his pawns? Am I safe? And I feel like I am. My king could stop everything. This is a nice move. The bishop stops the rook from gaining the open file. And here, I don't recognize how annoying this pawn is. And I make one vital mistake. Always when I have 2 minutes left, I just... my heart beats too fast. My best... And I'm not confident. I have to be more confident. This move stops every freaking threat. And if you want to say, oh, he'll come here, I saw this as a way of blocking. And he can't come here because the bishop. So I'm blocking every way he can go. And he can't push the pawns because, boom, I'm just going to win all of them, right? I still have to be careful of checks and stuff, but I recognize all this and that I have 3 passed pawns, and I'm like, oh, this is going to go great. But I make this mistake of pushing this pawn, which I don't need to do, allowing my opponent to now free up this move. So now I can no longer go back to g7. And that just is terrible. Now I still have one more chance pushing this pawn forward, since this is now protecting the bishop. And the idea here is if he tries to push, I have f7 stopping the promotion. And if he tries to promote like this, well, obviously I take. If he tries to push this pawn, it looks like I can't take because he's going to promote, right? That's the purpose of this pawn move. I can, in many cases, take the pawn. Now, computer says you don't even need to. You could just come here because any of the checks, you're going to win everything, right? This check, you win this. You know, if he tries to create something, boom, like whatever. So you're kind of holding everything afloat, and soon you're going to be pushing your resources and, you know, prevent the rook from getting in a very tricky position. I don't do that, and instead I push the other pawn, and I recognize my mistake, and it's just too late here. There's no way to stop the promotions, and my opponent doesn't make any mistakes, make sure everything is well, and I lose. Okay, let's start a game. We're just going to go straight into it. Nothing else needed to be said. So we're going to bring the rook, go for the Vienna. Oh, yeah, that's fine. That's how the Vienna works. Unless they brought the knight here. That's when things change. Okay, a lot of the times this will come here. We could castle. We're going to castle. I don't know if that's the best move, and we're probably going to push this pawn. Now, I want to bring the rook here. We're going to push this to stop any moves like this. Okay, he castled there, which makes it a little weird to me why he pushed this pawn forward, but whatever. I'm tempted to bring the rook there, but I also want our other pieces. So here is something I'm thinking about right now. Another option is trying to kick the bishop out. So let's just do that. This also gives us an escape square for our bishop. Interesting. Let's go here. My opponent is trying to play fast, and I fall for that, and it pisses me off. So we're going to play fast in return because they fall for it, and I'm assuming it pisses them off. That's chess. So we have this check. So taking here is fine. He'll take back with the queen. We can take here, and everything is fine here. Everything is super fine. There is nothing really here. I'm kind of considering trading these bishops. Have this open rook. Okay, he creates an open rook. Very interesting. I'm not sure if I want to. I'm still thinking about it a little bit. Boom, takes. Yeah, let's do it. Let's go for the open rook. Yeah, we'll take. Okay. We can come here. Attacking the bishop. He takes, we take. Attacking the queen. If he takes, we take. If he takes, we take. Okay, he doesn't go for that. I don't really see the purpose of that, so we're just going to take that. Let's get everything out of the way here. We could bring the queen here. I actually like bringing the queen here better to have an eye on this and this. But perchance, it's better not to do that yet. Let's first push the pawns. Maybe we shouldn't push the pawns, but I think trading here is fine. The rook can't come in and attack our queen. This is not a threat because the rook takes and our king can protect from the second attacker. So if takes. If he doesn't take, we kind of push this pawn on purpose to bring our queen to b3 to have eyes on stuff. For example, this pawn is pinned to the king. And then obviously b7. Well, we don't have eyes on b7 if he doesn't take. Now, if he's considering this move, that's a move to consider, obviously. I want to probably go queen b3. Okay, he closes the position. I'm tempted to come here, so takes, but then we have two isolated kind of pawns. Let's bring this here to have an attack on this c7 pawn. And we're going to have this idea of pushing this. Takes. Very simple. Now, it means the center pawns are going to be a little stuck. And he's also defending this now, which I should have looked at more carefully. But we're also going to be able to bring our rook in and have an attack like this, which might be helpful. Again, I kind of wish my queen could attack this, but we are threatening to take this in the future, which is something. Okay, interesting move. We're gonna take. We're gonna take because... do we want to create an isolated pawn? Whatever, we already did it. Now he can come here. We can come here. We could push this pawn, something like that. Okay, he goes for the defense. We're going to take the open file here. That just looks like the right answer. We can now already get into the back row, which always seems like a good idea usually. I say always and then usually. We could then come here. Takes. Doesn't make sense. If he tries to attack this, we have this move. The rook can't attack. The rook here can't come in. So actually this move would be bad because it would allow him to come in. Yeah. So that's expected. Now, I think coming here is a great move because if takes, we have takes, check, side, here attacking this pawn, here attacking this pawn, here, takes, side, takes, trying to push this, go to the side and push our pawns. So that's what we're going to try to do here. Let's go for it. Okay, he didn't do what I thought he would do. Kind of surprising to me. We're going to go here, targeting this. We also have this, targeting this pawn. He can come here. Jesus Christ. Here. Okay. Tricky. We have this trying to check and still having eyes on the b5 pawn. That's the purpose of that move. Because we still have to keep an eye on one of the pawns so that when he escapes, we can still do stuff. Very tricky, though. Very tricky. This doesn't work because we have the pawn. That looks like a wrong move. What? Now he has to come here. Okay, we're gonna come... He's playing fast. Kind of funny. Here. No, that wouldn't make sense. Here. We could check. That allows him to come here. I feel like there's a trick here, so I want to think a little longer here. If we make a queen, he takes it. If we come here, he comes closer to the pawn. We could check, he takes. We could check, he comes back. We could check and maybe target this. This is a little tricky. We're up a pawn now. Can we save this pawn? I'm not entirely sure. It doesn't seem like it to me. Right? It doesn't seem like we could save this pawn. All right, let's just play here. Should I make it a knight? That seems kind of funny. Do I want to check? Yes, I do. No! I misclicked. Guys. I meant to check. Now he could check me. It's not the end of the world, but... That's the first time I misclicked in a while. Whew! Imagine that loses me the game. I doubt it, but... He's probably going to be like, why did he go there? Now, if he moves the king here, maybe I have this idea, but yeah. Let's just check. We'll come here. So now he can't check me, at least. Could come here. That looks like a weird move. Now, if we push the pawn and he checks and takes, it doesn't look like we have opposition to do anything kind of tricky. We have this move. The rook can pin us. The king will be here. And then we could come here. Here. No, he gains opposition. Wait, this is all about opposition. Let's go. I studied that today in my book. So, rook here. Rook. Takes. Take opposition. So when he comes here, I take opposition. That looks beautiful. I think we're going to go for it. Hopefully I didn't screw something up. What? I hope he blocks, because then we have the... He's trying to go for my other stuff? I think he's just playing fast, but... I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little confused. Okay. His king can't come towards our pawns, because of our rook. So, I don't know what he's doing. We also have this. I don't want the pawn to get too far ahead, though, because we need our king. The other idea is, can we deflect the king away from the pawns with our pawn? I'm not sure. But we're probably winning here somehow. Okay, interesting. Tempting to come here. That way, if he attacks the pawn, we could just push it. Now, if he goes for the other stuff, we could check. But it's a little more complicated. What if we come here? He could probably check us, but if we come here and he takes and takes, can we make a queen before him? Yeah, we can. Can can we make a queen with our king? So here, takes. What if he tries to stop us? Oh no, we could get opposition. Let's do it. It's a little tricky though. So we can come here, but then I would be expecting him to come all the way down. We can check. He's gonna come here. We can check and push our pawn. I don't know. A little risky. I only have 2 minutes. My stupid opponent is playing super fast. I gotta stop complaining of time. Okay, 1693, close to 1700. That explains it. Ay. Here. Queen comes to a2. Then our queen could check and probably do something. Maybe not. I think the worst we'll have is a draw if we play it well. We have this move, but I understand he wants to come here. In which case, what if we push our pawn and let him come here and take the pawn? I don't think it's a good idea. Let's come here. The idea of this move, if he can't come here. Yeah, I think I messed up. Now he could target this, but our rook can stop it. We gotta be very careful. If he comes here, we have this. If this... Yeah, you see, I saw that, but... We're gonna check. We have this check. Now we could push the pawn. We could push here. He'll take. Then we'll take. And we'll come here attacking. So he wants to come here, here. No, he doesn't. Okay, we're gonna push the pawn. We can come here, here, queen. Let's do it. We gotta play fast because, of course, I have less time. I'm gonna go from some checks. Probably let this pawn die. We just can't let ourselves be on this diagonal. Now you spend time to think. There might be a checkmate threat here, which I don't see. Really, if he takes this, might be able to do some tricks also. That's fine. Okay. Here. Hey, let's go here. Probably gonna keep checking until we could pick up the queen, because we don't have time to think about it. Okay, let's go here. Go here. We'll trade. And we'll go here to protect the pawn. Here. 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 I'm fine with trading. I have 13 seconds. I'll go for the draw here, sir. I can't think fast enough for this. He tried to get me with this check. Yeah, I'm gonna force the issue here, sir. Come on. You're gonna have a draw. It. Oh my god! Oh my god! Guys, did you see that? Did so happy I'm so happy I recorded that. And you guys saw that live. Oh my, or you know. At 1.4 seconds, guys. At 1.4 seconds. And I checkmated him. That was the I think that was the most time sensitive checkmate I've ever got in my life. Oh my god, look at this. I had a chance to win multiple times. Whatever, it's okay. I did win. My heart. This game hurts my heart, man. I have a 36% win rate with this opening. Jesus. I just traded everything. Yeah. This was pretty even. What was my best move here? To protect that pawn. Interesting. Yeah, that was super weird. He just gave me an extra pawn. I had no idea how to handle this. Apparently bringing my king closer is the way to handle this. But what happens after this? Oh, I guess the idea is that my king is so much closer to targeting everything than his king, right? Ah, interesting. I could even leave that pawn. And I could do this. And he can't even bring his king to defend. He has to take this out first. Wow. So I shouldn't have been scared of that. I should have brought my king to the other side. That makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense. But instead I was scared and I traded and I made it an even game. Yeah, I had no idea how to progress through here. Okay, and then I start playing better moves. Here I thought I had a chance to win. I thought this was very clever. Apparently bringing the rook back is better. Ooh, because I could actually help the pawn push, and then I could sack my rook, worst case scenario, probably. Well, I'm kind of guessing. And I can push this pawn as well. Anyway. Aha, here I could check if he takes. I'm protecting my pawn. No duh. No duh. I'm protecting the pawn. Why would I... The idea here is after the check, push. If he pushes here, I make a queen. And the idea here is that this queen is super strong because I have e4. And do I have a ladder mate here? No way, I just have a ladder mate that he can't do anything about. Holy crap! That is crazy. Just making a queen first is so powerful. Anyway, of course I miss it. I have 35 seconds too, to be fair. I come in with the checks and I'm okay with this trade. This was the way to do it though. Because let's say he comes here, I have this, he has this. Wow, look at that, man. Look at that. Holy boly! Holy... Imagine I saw that. Like, the way I won was so much more cooler for, like, a video. But it was less skillful. Again, I had 20 seconds left. I can't really get mad at myself. Look at us playing the best moves. And I just waited for a time I could push the pawn. And I found it. Oh my, so beautiful. His best move was to come here. And then after this, you know, that would have been bad. Wow, thanks for watching, guys. I'm rated, for those wondering, 1662 now. My highest rating was 1663 like 6 days ago. That's kind of funny. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed and have a great one. If you watched this far, say wow in the comments because that was a crazy game. Have a great one. Bye-bye.